Good morning. We have with us Mr. Anuj Jain, Managing Director and CEO, Kansai Nerolac Paints Limited. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This year in the paint conference, focus is on reimagining or nutation. And definitely this industry has to reimagine if they are planning to grow at a faster pace. So how do you see this reimagination of the paint industry moving forward?
So India is a good growth story, and the good part with the paint is that last many years in the decorative paint, the growth has been always a double digit. The penetration level in the country is still around 55%. Per capita consumption of paint is about 4 kg. If we compare with the rest of the world, it is on the lower side, but that's like a growth opportunity. And we all believe in the India story, because ultimately the economic performance will come, the social performance will come. And when economy and the social, both growths are happening, it ultimately results into the enhancement in the standard of living. And paint is quite closely associated with the standard of living. So we are very optimistic that this growth trend will continue. There is a lot of scope in terms of keep adding the per capita, because the urbanization is happening. There are a lot of trends. There are a lot of behavior change which we are seeing in the consumer part. So that's why we feel that the double-digit growth will continue, and 1 lakh crore size for the industry is something which is quite visible to us. One part is decorative, the other part is also like industrial. The way the government is investing in the infrastructure, and we have seen a lot of changes last 5 years. And I think with a lot of access to the credit and the technology and the digitalization, I think in the coming years, this will only explode. The opportunity will only explode. So what we have not seen probably in last 25-30 years, we expect to see in next 20-25 years. And India is able to take a lot of good point from the rest of the world, but the rest of the world is also taking a lot of good point from India. So we are quite bullish about the growth coming from all sectors which are important for the paints.
One, sir, with respect to supply chain, has that subsided, or still there are some hiccups on the supply chain?
Supply chain hiccups are always there, because geopolitical situation is very difficult to predict. Something keep on happening. Only good point I would say that, because of the COVID, and during the COVID days, what we have seen the supply chain challenges, and therefore actions we have taken to mitigate those risks. So I feel those risks are reduced to that extent, because we never thought that we will face a COVID situation and the kind of challenges what we have seen. And today, that we are a big player in the automotive, and many of the big automotives, automobile companies, they don't keep the inventory. Just in time we have to do. So every 24 hours we supply. And during the COVID days also, we ensured that not even a single day any line was shut. So I think the risk mitigation, de-risking, or expanding the horizons, expanding the sources for the raw material, I think that is what we have learned. And I think the risk will always be there, but it's a reduced risk.
And shifting from, internal combustion engine to EV, and people are talking about even a reduction in weight of vehicles. Do you see some dip in the automotive part, or?
No, it's not a dip, because yes, there is a trend to shift towards electrical vehicles, but the substrate remains same. So worldwide, if you see that players are exploring that whether there can be a lightweight material, but keeping the safety regulation in the mind. As of now, whatever electrical vehicles are coming in the market, substrate is same. The penetration as of now is say 1% in 4-wheelers and 4% in 2-wheeler. In 2-wheeler, it will definitely grow big. But in passenger vehicle, I think it will be a combination of electrical vehicles and the hybrid technology, and therefore the substrate will remain same. So not much of change. In the 2-wheeler, there will be a change. So maybe the substrate will become lightweight, or the size would reduce. There could be some impact on the paint, but there will be additional opportunity of like battery. So that also would require some coating, something like that. So I think those opportunities will compensate or offset.
Talking about your company, sir, what are your capex plans for the next 2 years, and what is the revenue that you would be likely to achieve in the next 2 years?
Revenue, I think, one minimum expectation we keep is that be in line with the market growth, because in our industry, that way it's a good equilibrium. You always look for the profitable growth. So if you try to become over aggressive, then it sometimes destroy the shareholder value. So the plan is to, obviously internal plan is always to do better than the market. But I think, and because India is a growing country, and therefore every third year, fifth year, you have to invest in the capex. Recently, we have announced around 290 crore of investment in the capacity. In last 5 years, we have done some work to see that how can we create the capacity brownfield expansion within our, because the cost of capacity creation is lower there. So yeah, as we keep growing, we'll keep on investing in the capacity.
And any greenfield expansion that you are planning?
So Vizag is, Visakhapatnam is the new area which we have already announced, and that is what we are looking at.
And when will it be operational?
So the work is starting now. It will take about 18 months to 24 months of time.